Hollywood's hottest new romances are rewriting the script in 2025, from Leonardo DiCaprio finally ditching his under-25 meme with supermodel Victoria Ceretti to Brad Pitt's cozy comeback with jewelry exec Ines de Ramon, Bill Belichick's jaw-dropping cheerleader fling, and beyond. These aren't just flings, they're age-gap shocks, pop star crossovers, and low-key love stories, proving actors' new girlfriends steal the spotlight this year. Leonardo DiCaprio sparks romance with young model Victoria Ceretti. Leonardo DiCaprio's new girlfriend is an Italian supermodel, Victoria Ceretti. She is 27 years old, which is a rare exception to his infamous criteria of dating girls who are under 25 years of age, which has influenced memes and social commentary on age gaps over a decade between celebrities. It was reported that Leonardo and Ceretti met at the Cannes Movie Festival in May of 2023 during the premiere of Killers of the Flower Moon. The romance soon escalated further when they were spotted on a date, eating ice cream in Los Angeles, and were later seen lip-locking in a club in Ibiza, which created headlines on the front page, giving tabloid headline writers their dream moment. Since July 2025, DiCaprio and Ceretti have gone public, from yacht outings in Spain — yes, Leo really loves his yachts — from there all the way to his appearance at the Met Gala that made the headlines the next day on the front page of the news, though the couple were successful at dodging the red carpet and paparazzi camera flashlights as only true Hollywood ogs would be successful at. The pair was also spotted attending Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding, proving their solid status in the ultra-exclusive rich and famous group. Leonardo was busy congratulating Jeff and Lauren while social media was exploding with memes that Leonardo was finally growing up. Leonardo was successful at introducing Victoria to his mother, as per the rumors, and paparazzi confirmed that the chemistry in their relationship is easy and unforced. Insiders noticed that this time he is more respectful and stable than he was in his previous relationships. While there were tabloid rumors of their secret engagement and rings flooded the internet in late 2024 and early 2025, sources that are close to the couple have clarified that they have still not reached to the ring level yet. Victoria has been wearing her signature silver ring for a long time, which Leo gave to her before they got together, and eagle-eyed fans still keep speculating. The couple prefers staying low profile and staying out of the Hollywood spotlight, except for the yacht parties, A-list weddings, and fashion galas, proving that Leo never really left the Great Gatsby lifestyle behind. Leonardo's dating history is filled with nearly 19 partners, of whom the most famous are Gisele Bündchen, Blake Lively, Barbara Fairley, Camilla Morrone, and brief flings with models like Nina Agdal and Kelly Rohrbach. Paparazzi loves to remind us that the Leo dating pool myth began when Gisele broke things off at age 25, and every subsequent relationship seemed to end when his girlfriend hit that number. In 2025, Leonardo has finally thrown a reverse Uno card at his own meme by dating Victoria even after she crossed 25 years of age. Will the pattern continue, like every time, or this time it is the end? Stay tuned to our videos. If you see Leo on another yacht, don't forget to check the passenger list before guessing his next romance list. Brad's Pitt relationship with Ines de Ramon. Real facts, nerdy angles, and public moments. In late 2025, at age 61, Brad Pitt is now officially living with his 32-year-old girlfriend, Ines de Ramon, a Swiss jewelry executive and polyglot who speaks 5 languages, making their dinner parties sound one step away from a United Nations summit. Since November 2022, the couple have been linked together, and their fans got to know about their romance when it went public in the fall of 2024 with a red carpet debut at the Venice Film Festival, which surprised fans that, for the first time, Brad had committed himself to a serious relationship after he broke up with Angelina Jolie. Brad's new girlfriend, Ines de Ramon, was previously married to Vampire Diaries actor Paul Wesley. She filed for divorce from him in February 2024, before which Brad and she grew close. Hollywood is definitely a small world after all, when you trace the connection and connect the dots. They are now in a live-in relationship, making their home into a place which insiders describe as a genuine chill space. Insiders say they have really turned their house into a home, So somewhere, someone better be keeping score on Brad's interior design style. Their relationship has an age gap of 30 years, which has sparked internet commentary about Hollywood's well-known pattern of older male actors dating much younger women than themselves. Brad handles criticism with a sense of humor and low-key responses. When he is asked about public appearances with lines, he responds, "Nah, man, it's not that calculated. It would be incredibly exhausting if you were constantly making those kinds of calculations. Oh my God." The pair are mature and rarely court any drama. They were called as madly in love, going really strong, and that they are extremely committed to each other by several sources. Brad genuinely enjoys that Ines brings the best out of him and keeps his life less chaotic and with no drama, especially compared to his previous high-profile splits. Brad and Ines have enjoyed romantic holidays together in Carmel, California, and double dates with fellow A-listers Bradley Cooper and Gigi Hadid, and low-key steakhouse dinners in New York City, proving that not every date night needs to make tabloid headlines. While Brad's legal drama is still going on with Angelina Jolie over their Miraval winery, according to reports, Ines is supportive but keeps things grounded and gives Brad space when needed, which is a relationship advice every Hollywood star could use. The internet has compared Brad's age gap romance to Leonardo DiCaprio's legendary dating age criteria, after which a wave of memes started to spread about old men dating their daughters. How lovely. Despite the buzz, Brad's fans say the two are happier than ever, and he's on top of the world again with his cheeky grin firmly in place. All public records, press interviews, and credible news outlets confirm these details. No tabloid hoaxes, only verified relationship milestones, hilarious side notes, and a few iconic comparisons for flavor. Alba's Captain Charming, the blue-eyed shield, Chris Evans. Portuguese actress Alba Baptista is married to the actor Chris Evans. They planned their wedding as a private ceremony in Massachusetts on September 9, 2023, after keeping a low-profile relationship, mostly low-key, for about 2 years. Alba is known for projects like The Warrior Nun, and she started her career on Portuguese television before she broke into international movies, which truly makes her a global star married to a Marvel hero. They first met in Europe in 2021. Things got serious quickly, and Evans announced their relationship officially on Instagram in early 2023, starting with a prank-filled video and later transitioning to a Valentine's Day photo montage. Evans said at first she felt that this was love at first sight, and they are described as a perfect match in values by their friends. Chris Evans stands at 6 feet tall, with broad shoulders, light blue eyes, and a gym-honed build. He fits the classic comic book leading man template in real life as much as on screen. When it comes to style, he leans into clean, simple lines, navy and gray suits, Henleys, fitted tees, and the occasional cozy cable knit that nearly broke the internet in Knives Out. In October 2025, multiple sources confirmed that Chris and Alba welcomed their first child, a baby girl, in Massachusetts, with Evans openly saying that trading a superhero shield for a stroller was always part of his dream. Chris has called marriage and fatherhood amazing and truly wonderful, framing Alba as his partner in this new chapter, so her husband is not just Captain America on screen, but a full-time family at home. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Travis Kelce is an NFL player playing as a tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. He is a strong and fast player who helps his team score and protect the quarterback. He is known for several Pro Bowl selections and a Super Bowl 57 victory. His fiancée is well known to everyone for producing some sick lyrics and songs, none other than Taylor Swift. Taylor is a globally known dominant singer and songwriter, winning several Grammy Awards and tours that broke all the records and set new standards. People started to suspect their chemistry and relationship in late 2023 after they were spotted together several times at Chiefs games and public outings, and even before that, their visible joint appearances formally confirmed it. They never shared how they met for the first time, but the speculation started first through the celebrity circle and their shared attendance at charity and entertainment events, where everyone suspected they had first been introduced or met each other. They got engaged in August 2025 and it was confirmed by Travis's interview confirmation and Swift's visible acknowledgement on social media. Throughout 2024 and 2025, they have been seen together several times. Spider-Man's most controversial +1. In July 2024, Toby Maguire, 49 years old at that time, was photographed leaving Michael Rubin's ultra-exclusive 4th of July white party in the Hamptons with 29-year-old actress Lily Chee, his arm around her as they walked to a car. One photo was all it took for the internet to explode with Spider-Man jokes and outrage posts. He was instantly trolled as the next Leonardo DiCaprio, pointing out their 29-year age gap and the fact that Lily is only about 3 years older than his daughter, Ruby, turning a single-party exit into a full-blown discourse on Hollywood men chasing barely legal women. Major sources framed the sighting as a rumored romance, carefully emphasizing that neither Maguire or Chee had confirmed any relationship and that the entire storm was built on one night's paparazzi shots and assumption-heavy commentary. The plot twist is that Maguire's ex-wife, Jennifer Meyer, completely took down the narrative publicly by replying to the commenter that it's just a whole misunderstanding, where he was just helping a friend to her car and calling the dating talk nonsense and stressing that he was unfairly attacked for dating someone he isn't dating, of which multiple news channels took screenshots of her defense and posted it. Later, according to one of the celebrity news channels, reports that Toby and Lily aren't seriously dating but have been hanging out, calling it casual and noting that they were introduced to each other by a nightclub king, Richie Akiva, and mutual friends, solidly in situationship rumor territory rather than an official boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. It was a peak 2020 celebrity crossover party with famous celebrities like Machine Gun Kelly, Megan Fox, Drake, Kim and Khloe Kardashian, Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and many other famous celebs showed up there. So Spider-Man hugging Lily in the chaos was enough to spark Reddit threads, TikTok breakdowns, and creepers gonna creep trolling for weeks. Opinion givers and explainers took advantage of Toby and Lily's photos as a springboard to talk about age gap relationships generally. Everyone started comparing Toby to DiCaprio's long-known under 25 meme and asking why older male stars repeatedly end up in this exact PR nightmare loop. Commenters even went so far as to comment that when Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie was released in 2002, Lily Chee was not even born, so the meme exploded, saying, when he first swung through Manhattan, she wasn't even alive, which is a wild, mathematically accurate franchise age gap fact. On the other side, Lily is not just a random regular girl. She is an American actress and model with millions of fans following. She is well known for the role of young Elektra in Marvel's Daredevil on Netflix and a recurring role in the teen series Chicken Girls, plus she has a strong presence on Instagram and TikTok. As far as we know, there is no factually confirmed record of Toby Maguire dating Lily Chee. Most of the credible sources either state it as a rumor or quote sources of Toby's ex-wife saying he was just helping a friend and dropping her off at the car. So we believe this is more of a hoax to gain more views rather than actual news. Bill Belichick's 49-year age gap shock romance. The 73-year-old legendary football coach Bill Belichick became the front-page headline catcher when he started dating the 24-year-old cheerleader and pageant contestant Jordan Hudson. They met for the first time in 2021 on a flight when Jordan asked Bill to sign a copy of a philosophy textbook. Yes, exactly, you heard it right. This age gap saga literally began with homework and an autograph at 30,000 feet. In 2024, one incredible source confirmed that they are dating after years of long-standing speculations, and by 2025, she's constantly present with him everywhere, courtside at games, in the background of a CBS Sunday Morning profile, and in viral clips where Belichick seems to nod off at a UNC basketball match. Bradley Cooper and Gigi Hadid keynotes. 50-year-old Bradley Cooper and 29-year-old Gigi Hadid have been suspected of being together since October 2023, when paparazzi spotted them for the first time together, leaving Via Carota in New York City. Everything began casually. We're both busy. We're both parents. Their relationship had transitioned to a steady, low-drama relationship by 2025, and their relationship is said to be serious and long-term. They have an age gap of 20 years, and both have the single hot parent energy. Bradley has a daughter, Leah Cooper, with his ex, Irina Shayk, whereas Gigi has a daughter named Kai with her ex, Zayn Malik, which makes them weirdly compatible, according to insiders. They are good at understanding kids' schedules, co-parenting, and that's why date night occasionally means pasta and not parties. The couple has been spotted together on romantic NYC dinners, weekends upstate, and occasionally showing affection in public, but they avoid red carpet stunts. News channels consistently show Gigi as grounded, work-focused, and not trying to chase Bradley's stardom. This helps the age-gapped couple read more grown and sexy than a midlife crisis with an IT girl. Tiger Woods' new MAGA romance with Vanessa Trump. Tiger Woods, aged 49, is officially dating Vanessa Trump, aged 47, who was the former wife of Donald Trump Jr. and the ex-daughter-in-law of the current President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, after weeks of rumors and speculation that culminated in official photos posted on Instagram in March 2025. Tiger softly introduced her, then hard confirmed the relationship with a gushy post. "Love is in the air and life is better with you by my side," asking to give them privacy as they look forward to our journey through life together. While coverage immediately pointed out their shared world of Florida, politics, golf, and junior golf kids. Nick Viall's DM to Daddy love story. 45-year-old Nick Viall and Natalie Joy, 27 years old at the time, are one of reality TV's most talked-about age-gapped couples, having an 18-year difference that started in the most 2020 way possible. Now she was in his Instagram DMs, they hung out casually, and she eventually laid it out bluntly that either it was real dating or she was out, which forced the former Bachelor star to level up from situationship to serious. Till December 2020, Natalie had officially moved into Nick's LA home. They even posted on Instagram that it's official now in early 2021. They got engaged in January 2023 and welcomed their daughter River Rose in 2024. Then they took the whole age gap discourse meta by co-hosting Netflix's 2025 popular dating show, Age of Attraction, openly using their own relationship as a case study in how big age gaps can work out when both people are clear, intentional, and on equal footing. Jeremy Renner's quiet age gap comeback romance. Jeremy Renner's love life post-snowplow accident reads like a B-plot in a prestige drama. Subtle, oddly tender, and very far from the messy divorce headlines that once followed him. After surviving his near-fatal 2023 accident and spending months in rehab, reports say Renner slowly let new people into his orbit during recovery, including, briefly, a 26-year-old influencer named Cassandra C.C. Mason, whom he dated on and off for about 8 months in 2024 while balancing physio, work on the Mayor of Kingstown revival, and relearning basic movement. That situation, which insiders say grew out of shared conversations about trauma and healing, her thyroid cancer, his shattered body, eventually fizzled, but reportedly ended on good terms, leaving them friends rather than tabloid enemies. The more lasting chapter, though, arrived with Yi Xu, a Chinese-born filmmaker, multimedia artist, and Chanel-affiliated creative, nearly 2 decades younger than him. By mid-2025, entertainment outlets and Xu herself were openly describing Renner as having found new love, confirming they were dating and collaborating on at least 2 film projects that tap into her art house cred and his bankable Marvel name. Xu, in her late 30s, has a long resume that stretches from fashion films for luxury brands to experimental installations screened at major festivals, so the power dynamic here is less random Instagram model and more established international creative who just happens to also look like a campaign star. Coverage paints Renner, now in his mid-50s, as unexpectedly domestic and grounded. Friends say he's focused on being a present dad, keeping his Nevada home base calm and choosing projects that won't wreck his rebuilt body, while Xu drops carefully curated glimpses of them together, premiere snaps, behind-the-scenes stills, and soft-launch couple photos that feel more European Film Festival than Hollywood thirst trap. The age gap, about 17 years, still keeps them in the May-December conversation, but the narrative around Renner is less creepy older guy and more damaged action star who found a younger, artsy partner at the exact moment he was trying to rewrite his third act, which fits neatly into your theme of older celebs leveling up with hot, less famous women rather than just chasing clout. Cher's 40-year age gap rebel romance. Cher's relationship with music executive Alexander A.E. Edwards is basically the final boss of age gap discourse. She's 79, he's 39, and she could not care less what anyone thinks. They met at Paris Fashion Week in October 2022 when Edwards approached her, and within weeks they were photographed holding hands outside Craig's in L.A. Cher then hopped on Twitter to confirm they were a couple, famously writing that love doesn't know math, and describing herself as the skittish one, while calling him the consistent one who kept pursuing her until they met in the middle. Edwards, a producer and A&R executive who previously dated Amber Rose and shares a son with her, quickly met Cher's family and started collaborating on her music. She told interviewers she was heading to the UK to record new albums using songs he'd given her, calling him one of the most talented people she'd worked with. Their romance has had at least one confirmed pause. By May 2023, outlets like TMZ and E reported they had split after about 6 months, but remained on good terms, only for the two to be spotted holding hands again 4 months later, then reappearing together at events like the Victoria's Secret show, Paris Fashion Week, Milan parties, and award galas, signaling a full reconciliation. By 2024 and 2025, Cher was posting photos of herself on his lap, captioned, "Love is love," while he joined her at fashion and charity events, and her reps publicly denied fresh breakup rumors when he was seen at Coachella without her, insisting they were still together. As criticism over the nearly 40-year gap ramped up, Cher went on CBS Mornings with Gayle King and swatted it away with a single word, "whatever," adding that they're not living my life, and that the pair just have a blast, while noting that Edwards tells her people to get older but their spirit stays young. Recent reports claim she's even considering marrying him around her 80th birthday, though her team has denied any finalized wedding plans, leaving them firmly in serious long-term, still-together territory and making them one of the most high-profile, fully confirmed age gap couples in pop culture right now. Dennis Quaid's almost 40-year age gap marriage. Dennis Quaid and Laura Savoie are one of Hollywood's starkest age gap couples, with roughly 39 years between them, and they've leaned into it with a kind of calm that drives the internet a little crazy. Quaid met Savoie, a Texas-born academic and business school whiz, at a work-related event in 2019 when he was in his mid-60s and she was in her mid-20s. He has repeatedly said he wasn't looking for someone younger, but simply fell in love with a person who happened to be decades his junior. The relationship moved quickly. They got engaged in October 2019 during a trip to Hawaii, where Quaid proposed at Oahu's Turtle Bay while Savoie was taking a selfie. He pulled out the ring, asked her to marry him, and later called the moment spontaneous, but also something he'd been quietly planning for weeks. In June 2020, amid pandemic restrictions, the couple skipped a giant Hollywood bash and quietly eloped in Santa Barbara, California, with just a pastor and a photographer present. Quaid later told People the day was beautiful and gushed about how Savoie looked, saying he admired her character and perspective on life as much as her looks, and that meeting her felt like something God brought into his life. Savoie, meanwhile, isn't a typical aspiring actress or influencer. She studied accounting at Pepperdine University, reportedly graduated as valedictorian, and went on to pursue a Ph.D. and work in the finance and real estate space, which helps explain why red carpet fame doesn't seem to be her main goal. The age gap has, unsurprisingly, drawn loud criticism, but Quaid treats it as background noise. In interviews with outlets like The Guardian, Today, and E! News, he said the backlash is really a laugh, insisting that they don't even notice the difference in daily life and that only outsiders obsess over the numbers. He's emphasized that everyone views relationships through their own experiences, so he doesn't waste energy getting angry at strangers' opinions, while Savoie has largely stayed out of the discourse, letting him handle the microphones. As of mid-2025, coverage consistently describes them as happily married and unbothered, making their pairing one of the most stable, fully confirmed May-December romances in the current Hollywood age gap conversation. Al Pacino's 50-plus year age gap baby drama. Al Pacino's late-life relationship with film producer Noor Alfallah is one of the wildest entries in the Age Gap Hall of Fame because it didn't just stay a fling, it resulted in a baby when he was already in his 80s. Alfallah, a Kuwaiti-American producer with a wealthy background and industry connections, was first publicly linked to Pacino in April 2022 when they were spotted leaving a Los Angeles restaurant together. Reports later clarified they had actually started seeing each other quietly during the pandemic, long before those first paparazzi shots. By mid-2023, the internet nearly short-circuited when Pacino's rep confirmed that the then 83-year-old Oscar winner and his 29-year-old girlfriend were expecting a child together, just weeks after friend and frequent collaborator Robert De Niro announced the birth of his own new baby at 79. In June 2023, Pacino's team confirmed that Noor had given birth to a son named Roman Pacino, making him the actor's fourth child and her first. Pacino already had 3 adult children, Julie Marie, plus 2 twins, Anton and Olivia, from previous relationships, so Roman arrived into a very blended, multi-generation family tree. Noor's own resume, meanwhile, goes beyond mystery younger girlfriend. She studied film at USC's School of Cinematic Arts, then completed a master's in film and TV producing at UCLA, and has producer credits on projects including The Al Pacino, starring Billy Knight, and The Apprentice, a movie about Donald Trump. She had also previously dated Mick Jagger and billionaire investor Nicholas Berggren, which is why some coverage describes her as someone who mostly dates very rich older men, though sources close to her insist she genuinely connects with powerful creative partners rather than chasing quick clout. The romance didn't last as a traditional couple setup. In late 2023, Noor filed for primary physical custody of Roman while requesting joint legal custody and visitation for Pacino, which outlets like E! News and Newsweek framed as a legal formalization of a co-parenting arrangement rather than a toxic breakup. By 2024 and 2025, multiple reports noted that they were no longer romantically involved but remained on good terms, sharing joint custody and appearing together at events like screenings and tributes, with Noor referring to him publicly as Roman's dad, while still making it clear they now function as exes who co-parent a toddler despite a roughly 53-year age gap. Timothée Chalamet's most viral plot twist, Kylie Jenner. Timothée Chalamet's most unexpected new girlfriend era kicked off in early 2023 when Kylie Jenner's car was papped outside his LA home and gossip accounts started whispering that the Dune star has a new girl. By April 2023, Entertainment Tonight sources confirmed they were dating, describing things as fun, casual, and very low-key, with Kylie getting to know him while keeping her kids and business empire as the main focus. The soft launch ended in September 2023 when the two stepped out at Beyoncé's Renaissance tour in L.A. and were filmed kissing in the VIP section. A few days later, they doubled down with a very public, very cuddly joint appearance at the U.S. Open, instantly turning Kylie into a fandom ship name and TikTok editing niche. Behind the memes, the relationship has looked surprisingly grown up. Insiders told People that by December 2023, Kylie was officially calling Timothée her boyfriend, saying he was supportive of her career, showed up for important events, and made her feel relaxed and more herself, exactly the opposite of the super intense, super public Travis Scott era. Throughout 2024 and into 2025, they've balanced red carpet moments, like kissing at the Golden Globes and attending fashion events, with long stretches of going quiet, which sources frame as a deliberate choice to protect Kylie's kids and Timothy's more traditional film actor image. Coverage from outlets like Elle, Cosmopolitan, and Yahoo Entertainment notes that Chalamet has blended in relatively smoothly with the Kardashian-Jenner machine. He films in Europe and New York. She runs brands and films, the Kardashians, and they meet in the middle for big milestones, holidays, and private trips. By late 2025, reports were calling their romance still going strong, with sources saying they plan to spend major holidays together, and that Kylie appreciated how normal and non-chaotic the dynamic felt compared to her previous relationships. Crucially for your no-hoax rule, there's no credible reporting of engagements, pregnancies, or secret weddings, just a confirmed, labeled relationship that evolved from secret driveway visits to stadium-level PDA, giving you a fresh, younger-leaning actor gets a new, ultra-famous girlfriend storyline that isn't built on rumor, only on documented timelines, photos, and on-record sources. Barry Keoghan's music video turned meta romance with Sabrina Carpenter. Barry Keoghan's most high-profile new girlfriend chapter so far was his year-long relationship with pop star Sabrina Carpenter, a pairing that started as quiet dinner sightings and ended with him literally playing her chaotic boyfriend in a hit music video. The two likely first crossed paths at the Givenchy show during Paris Fashion Week in September 2023, then sparked dating rumors in December 2023 when they were photographed having dinner together in Los Angeles, just as fans were speculating that Barry had split from longtime partner Allison Kierans, with whom he shares a son, Brando. By February 2024, they were spotted together at W Magazine's Grammys after-party, where an eyewitness wrote that Sabrina was perched on his lap, and people reported shortly afterward that they had been on multiple dates in L.A., effectively confirming that this wasn't just a one-off hang. Their hard launch came in pure pop girl fashion. On May 6, 2024, Carpenter and Keoghan arrived together at the Met Gala, posing on the same red carpet and later appearing in a Vogue Get Ready With Us video where Sabrina lights up as Barry walks into the room and he leans in like they're already in a rom-com third act. 1 month later, Barry co-starred in her Please, Please, Please music video, playing a charming but hopelessly criminal love interest who keeps dragging her into his mess. The final twist has Sabrina's character handcuff him, tape his mouth, kiss him, and walk away. A very on-brand way of winking at fans about falling for a bad decision boyfriend while using her real boyfriend as the visual punchline. Off-screen, he was seen supporting her at Coachella and leaving flirty comments on her Instagram while she cheered on his Saltburn success, making them one of 2024's most GIF-able actor-pop star couples. By December 2024, however, people reported that they had decided to take a break after about a year together, with sources framing the split as a mutual step back rather than a public blow-up. Importantly, for a 100% factual script, there's no confirmed cheating, engagement, or secret marriage, only documented timelines, red carpet receipts, a Met Gala debut, and a music video love story that turned a real relationship into pop culture canon for a year before both moved on. Regé-Jean Page's super private love story with copywriter Emily Brown. Regé-Jean Page has one of the quietest but most solid new girlfriend turned long-term partner stories in the current actor dating landscape, and it's interesting precisely because it never tried to become a spectacle. The Bridgerton breakout star was first linked to British copywriter and part-time football player Emily Brown in early 2021 when UK tabloids published photos of them hugging on a London street before he drove off. At that point, most fans didn't even know her name, just that she wasn't a co-star or a fellow celebrity. Later reporting identified her as a freelance copywriter who has done work for major brands like Nike and also an amateur footballer associated with the Southwest London club FBB Warriors, instantly giving their pairing a leading man meets creative civilian vibe instead of the usual Hollywood on Hollywood coupling. Over the next few years, Page and Brown quietly built a pattern. No social media love bombing, no red carpet overkill, but consistent low-key sightings that signaled a real relationship rather than a PR fling. They were photographed attending a pre-BAFTA dinner together in 2022, then spotted leaving the same London home multiple times, with sources describing them as long-term partners living together rather than on-again, off-again daters. As Page's profile grew, with roles in Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, and various blockbuster rumors, he repeatedly dodged questions about his love life in interviews, simply saying he was very, very happy, and that privacy was part of keeping that happiness intact, which lined up with the fact that Brown continued her own career largely out of the spotlight. By 2025, entertainment roundups of celebrity couples with big age gaps or differing fame levels routinely listed Regé-Jean Page and Emily Brown as an example of a successful relationship where one partner is globally recognized and the other is solidly non-famous but accomplished in a parallel creative field. Crucially, there have been no credible reports of a breakup, engagement, or secret wedding as of late 2025, just a consistent through line of them sharing a home, attending occasional industry events together, and otherwise treating their romance as something that doesn't need a constant feed of content to stay real. For a new girlfriend's script, it's a clean, fully verifiable angle. A fan-favorite actor whose most surprising relationship twist is that his long-term partner is a grounded copywriter he met off-screen and is quietly kept by his side while his fame went global. Hugh Jackman's post-divorce Broadway love story with Sutton Foster. Hugh Jackman's most headline-grabbing new girlfriend of 2025 isn't a Hollywood it girl, but Broadway powerhouse Sutton Foster, and the twist is they've actually been orbiting each other for years through theater before finally going public. After Jackman announced his separation from longtime wife Deborah Lee Furness in 2023, fans immediately started fan-casting possible new partners, but it wasn't until early January 2025 that things got real. Paparazzi photos showed Hugh and Sutton holding hands in Los Angeles just after New Year's, and by mid-February, Us Weekly sources were describing them as madly in love. Both are Tony-winning Broadway veterans, Jackman for The Boy from Oz and Foster for shows like Thoroughly Modern Millie, and they've shared stages and charity events for years, which is why insiders quoted in 2025 coverage said the romance grew out of a long-standing friendship and mutual respect rather than a sudden post-divorce fling. Their soft launch quickly turned into full couple status as they began appearing together more frequently. Theater-adjacent outings in New York, low-key restaurant dates, and hand-in-hand walks that made their way into new celeb couples of 2025. Reports framed them as an inevitable pairing in the Broadway world, two musical theater nerds who finally let the chemistry off stage catch up with what fans had sensed for years, particularly after they duetted and bantered at benefits and concerts. Sources close to the pair have stressed that Jackman's kids and career are still central, and that Sutton, who has a daughter from a previous relationship, understands the realities of co-parenting and show schedules, which helps keep the relationship grounded rather than tabloid-driven. As of December 2025, there are no credible reports of an engagement or wedding plans, only consistent on-record confirmation that they are a real couple who moved from long-term colleagues to romantic partners and are taking things seriously while still navigating life on two very busy stages. For your actors and their new girlfriends script, they give you a different flavor from the age gap chaos. A seasoned superhero actor and a Broadway legend finally pairing up in real life with receipts from 2025 coverage, but none of the hoaxy drama. Glenn Powell's new leading lady, Michelle Randolph. Glenn Powell's newest real-life co-star is actor and model Michelle Randolph, and the relationship is quietly turned into one of late 2025's most-watched actor gets a new girlfriend storylines. Reports first linked them in October 2025, when fans noticed Powell showing up in Texas, her home state, more often than his schedule required, and the two were photographed together multiple times around Austin and at the University of Texas events. By November, People and Elle were both tracking them as a new couple, with sources saying they'd been spending a lot of time together and that the vibe was fun but clearly romantic, not just friends hanging out between projects. Randolph isn't just another influencer in his comments. She's an actor and model who stars on Paramount's 1923, a prequel in Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone universe, and has worked with major fashion and lifestyle brands, which means she knows the industry grind and the weirdness of fame from the inside. Powell, meanwhile, has been in a full glow-up era of Top Gun, Maverick, and Anyone But You, where his on-screen chemistry with Sydney Sweeney spawned huge "are they or aren't they" rumors that both actors repeatedly denied. The switch from speculative co-star gossip to a confirmed separate relationship with Randolph helped reset the narrative. Now his love life centers on someone with her own credits and fan base rather than a PR fantasy. By December 2025, outlets were calling them officially dating, noting that they'd met each other's close friends and family, and that Randolph has been a regular presence at Powell's events, from low-key dinners to industry gatherings in Los Angeles. Coverage also highlights that this isn't a co-star rebound. She's from a different corner of the business, which lets them keep work relatively separate while still understanding each other's schedules and press commitments. As of this month, there are no reputable reports of an engagement, breakup, or stunty hard launch campaign, just a steadily building, well-sourced relationship between a rom-com king in training and a rising TV star, making them a clean, current example for a 2025 actors and their new girlfriend script that isn't built on age gap drama or rumor alone. Pedro Pascal's offline crush, the co-star who isn't on your feed. Pedro Pascal might be the internet's favorite daddy, but his real-life new girlfriend story in 2025 is almost aggressively offline, which is exactly what makes it stand out in a lineup of hard-launched, algorithm-ready couples. Across detailed dating history breakdowns and 2025 timelines, entertainment outlets consistently agree on one thing. Pascal is currently seeing someone, but she's not a public figure, and he's gone out of his way to keep her name, job, and socials away from the spotlight. Profiles in places like InStyle, Elle, and Parade note that while fans ship him with everyone from Oscar Isaac to Bella Ramsey, people who've worked with him say he's quietly dated civilians and low-key industry colleagues rather than co-stars, often meeting them on or around sets and keeping things deeply private. What is verifiable and works for your actors and their new girlfriends angle is less about one named woman and more about how Pascal handles romance now that he's a global meme. He's been photographed over the last couple of years, leaving restaurants and events with the same mystery brunette, and in one case, a woman identified only as a production staffer on a project he was shooting. Paparazzi images that outlets describe, but do not frame as a fully confirmed, labeled relationship because Pascal refuses to play the naming game. Interviews from 2023 to 2025 have him openly saying he's too busy for a traditional dating life, that fame makes everything feel a little weird, and that he's protective of anyone he sees because they didn't sign up to be dissected by the internet, which matches the way his rumored partner or partners remain anonymous in coverage. For a script, the unique hook is this. In a year when other actors are debuting girlfriends in music videos, Met Galas, and Netflix reality shows, Pascal is the one top-tier star whose new girlfriend lives almost entirely off-camera. The most recent pieces of his dating life, updated through mid to late 2025, all land on the same conclusion. He is not publicly single, but he is determined to keep whoever he's seeing out of the spotlight. No joint red carpets, no hard launches, no TikTok clues, making his love life the rare A-list storyline where the mystery is real, not manufactured. Callum Turner and Dua Lipa, from quiet date nights to 2025 power couple. Callum Turner's biggest new girlfriend upgrade of this era is Dua Lipa, and by the end of 2025, they've gone from rumored fling to one of the year's headline couples. The British actor and the pop star were first linked in January 2024 after being spotted together at the premiere after-party of his series Masters of the Air in London. Eyewitnesses described Dua watching him dance and the two looking very cozy, and photos of them leaving together kicked off the dating rumors. Within weeks, paparazzi caught them on multiple low-key dates in London and Los Angeles, late-night dinners, hand-in-hand street walks, and a very viral clip of Dua cheering for Callum's performance at a Q&A, before sources confirmed to People and Us Weekly that they were officially dating and very into each other. What makes this pairing stand out is how evenly matched it feels. Turner, known for Fantastic Beasts and The Boys in the Boat, is a serious BAFTA-nominated actor on the rise, while Dua is a Grammy-winning global pop star and budding actress, fresh off her Barbie soundtrack domination and film debut. Rather than go full PR circus, they've balanced visibility and privacy, turning up together at fashion events and after-parties, but skipping constant red carpet posing and social media PDA. By mid-2025, the relationship had clearly moved past the new phase. In June, they announced their engagement, with Dua telling British Vogue that deciding to grow old together with her best friend felt really special, and coverage noting that they'd already quietly blended friend groups and family time across the UK and Europe. As of December 2025, they're one of the most cited couples of the year in year-ender lists, not because of scandal, but because the pairing ticks every modern celebrity romance box. Actor-musician crossover, European chic, genuine career respect, and a clean, verifiable timeline from first public sightings in early 2024 to engagement in 2025. No hoax weddings, no fake breakups, just a steadily built relationship that turned an initially mysterious new girlfriend into a fully acknowledged fiancé. Robert Pattinson's indie power couple era with Suki Waterhouse. Robert Pattinson's new girlfriend era with Suki Waterhouse has quietly evolved into one of 2025's most solid actor-musician love stories, capped off by a baby and very credible marriage rumors. The two were first linked in summer 2018 after being photographed kissing in London following a screening of Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, but for years they played it extremely low-key. No joint interviews, rare red carpet overlaps, and only the occasional paparazzi shot of coffee runs or birthday dinners in London and Los Angeles. As Pattinson shifted from Twilight heartthrob to art house and superhero cred with films like The Lighthouse, Good Time, and The Batman, Suki built her own lane as a model, actress, and musician, eventually releasing the critically noted EP Milk Teeth and opening for major artists, which meant that both halves of the couple had separate, credible careers rather than one riding the other's fame. Things became unmistakably serious in 2022 to 2023. Suki gave a rare interview mentioning being shocked at how happy she was after living with someone for years, and Pattinson referred to having a girlfriend who laughs at his anxieties about social media, widely understood to be Suki. In November 2023, she performed at the Corona Capital Festival in Mexico City and surprised fans by performing on stage with a visible baby bump, later confirming she was expecting their first child. By early March 2024, multiple outlets, including People, reported the couple had welcomed the baby in Los Angeles. Around the same time, paparazzi photos caught Suki wearing what looked very much like an engagement ring, and by 2024, People and other reputable publications were reporting that Pattinson and Waterhouse were engaged, citing sources who said they were thrilled and planning a future together while nesting with their newborn. As of late 2025, they are routinely listed in long-term celeb couples with big age gaps, low-key relationships roundups with no confirmed breakup and no evidence of a quiet split. Instead, coverage highlights their shared home life, parallel creative careers, and continued choice to keep their child's name and details private. For an actor's and their new girlfriend's script, they give you a full, fact-checked arc. Low-buzz dating, creative collab energy, pregnancy reveal on stage, a baby, and a confirmed engagement. No hoaxes, no PR-only romance, and a genuinely mutual artist-to-artist pairing that's still going strong in December 2025. Sebastian Stan's surprise love story with Annabelle Wallis. Sebastian Stan's most talked about new girlfriend in the mid-2020s is British actress Annabelle Wallis, and the way the relationship surfaced feels very old Hollywood. No soft launch reels, just two recognizable faces suddenly turning up everywhere together. Rumors first ignited in 2022 when they were photographed getting close in New York and Los Angeles soon after her split from Chris Pine, but both stayed completely silent, giving fans only blurry sidewalk shots and restaurant exits to work with. Over time, though, patterns emerged. Wallis repeatedly showed up at events and cities that lined up with Stan's filming schedule, and gossip columns began openly framing them as a couple who preferred to treat red carpets like work and romance like something that happened well away from step and repeats. By 2023 to 2024, several entertainment outlets and gossip roundups or listing them among current low-key couples, pointing to repeated sightings of the duo walking dogs together, sharing cabs, and arriving and leaving the same parties without bothering to stage a look-at-us moment for cameras. What makes this pairing juicy for a new girlfriend's script is their shared genre footprint. Stan is Marvel royalty as Bucky Barnes, while Wallace has horror and action cred from Peaky Blinders, Annabelle, and The Mummy, so fans quickly began fantasy casting them in a joint thriller or comic book project, while they quietly did the relationship part off-screen. As of late 2025, there's still no official Instagram post or talk show confirmation, but the relationship is treated by well-sourced timelines and celebrity couples editors as real rather than speculative, especially after they were repeatedly spotted traveling together in Europe and sharing close moments at industry-adjacent events without any sign of other partners. There are no credible reports of an engagement, baby, or breakup, just a consistent multi-year pattern of two working actors moving like a unit while refusing to turn their dating life into promo. For your script, that gives you a clean, fact-checkable angle. The Winter Soldier's new girlfriend is a fellow genre star he's been quietly attached to for a few years now, with enough photographic and editorial receipts to count as a real relationship, but just enough mystery left to keep audiences leaning in. Kieran Culkin's quiet glow-up with wife Jazz Charlton. Kieran Culkin isn't a new girlfriend headline in the traditional sense, but his relationship with Jazz Charlton is one of the most interesting long-game love stories sitting next to all these newer couples in 2025 recaps. The Succession star met Jazz in 2012 at a bar in New York, where she was there with another date. Culkin has told the story of walking up, waiting for the guy to leave for the bathroom, and then asking her, "So is this your boyfriend?" When she said no, he shot his shot, and they've basically been together ever since. They quietly married in June 2013 during a road trip across the U.S., posting only a playful Instagram photo at the time with a caption hinting they'd ran off and got married in Iowa, long before Culkin's Roman Roy fame turned him into a meme machine. As his career exploded with Succession, Jazz stayed completely off the Hollywood girlfriend script. She's not an actor, doesn't chase red carpets, and mostly appears beside him at award shows as the one person who can make him look simultaneously proud and slightly overwhelmed when he wins. They welcomed their daughter, Kenzie Sue, in 2019 and son, Wilder Wolf, in 2021, with Culkin mentioning in interviews that fatherhood changed his priorities and that his family life with Jazz is the anchor that lets him play such chaotic characters on screen. By 2024 to 2025, big outlets like People and AARP were name-checking them among age gap and long-term Hollywood couples who actually look happy, pointing out how often Culkin praises Jazz's support and humor rather than treating her as background at his big nights. In late 2025 coverage and awards season chatter, their dynamic is framed as a kind of antidote to the new girlfriend for press cycle. A decade-plus partnership that started with a bold bar approach turned into a spontaneous road trip wedding and quietly became one of TV's most stable off-screen relationships while everyone was busy watching him be unhinged as Roman Roy. For your script, they give you a different texture in the mix. An actor whose most interesting romantic twist isn't swapping in a younger model, but the fact that his non-famous, artsy Brit wife has been there since long before the Emmy speeches and is still the one making him laugh in the front row. Eric Dane's new chapter with filmmaker Janelle Shirtcliffe. Eric Dane's most recent new girlfriend storyline in 2025 is quietly compelling because it arrives right in the middle of his very public health battle. The Grey's Anatomy and Euphoria actor revealed in 2024 that he'd been diagnosed with ALS, and for a while most coverage focused entirely on his condition and upcoming work. By June 18, 2025, though, he made his first major red carpet appearance since the announcement at the Los Angeles premiere of his thriller series Countdown, and on his arm was filmmaker and photographer Janelle Shirtcliffe, marking their de facto hard launch as a couple. A source quoted in Wonderwall's New Celeb Couples of 2025 gallery confirmed that Dane and Shirtcliffe had actually been seeing each other off and on for more than 3 years, but this was the first time they'd walked a carpet together and allowed photographers to frame them as a unit rather than just industry friends. Shirtcliffe isn't a random plus one. She's a director, photographer, and creative known for her work on fashion campaigns and the indie crime film Habit, as well as music videos and visual projects for artists and brands. That shared creative background gives their pairing a different flavor from the usual actor-influencer coupling. She understands long days on set, festival pressure, and the general chaos of visual storytelling. Sources cited in 2025 coverage say she was already in his support system before they went public, and that friends weren't surprised to see them finally step out together once Dane felt ready to come back into the spotlight. At the countdown premiere, the two didn't give joint interviews or overshare, but photographers captured them posing closely and talking with guests, and entertainment outlets immediately slotted them into roundups of new celeb couples of 2025 you didn't see coming, emphasizing that this appearance came after years of low-key dating rather than a sudden reaction to his diagnosis. As of December 2025, there are no credible reports of an engagement, breakup, or stunty PR angle, just consistent descriptions of Shirtcliffe as Dane's girlfriend and creative partner, present at his first big red carpet return and part of the inner circle helping him navigate both a new series and a serious illness. For your script, that gives you a unique, fully fact-checked entry. A veteran actor whose new girlfriend is a longtime collaborator and indie filmmaker, stepping forward with him precisely when things got hardest, rather than just when the roles got bigger. Zac Efron's Aussie reset with girlfriend Alyssa Campanella. Zac Efron's latest new girlfriend era is all about a quieter, more grounded version of his heartthrob image, thanks to his relationship with model and content creator Alyssa Campanella. After a string of high-profile relationships and intense press cycles, Efron has spent much of the mid-2020s working and living in Australia, and it's there that his new romance has slowly taken shape. By 2025, multiple celebrity couple roundups and relationship timelines list him as happily taken and largely based down under with a non-co-star partner who prefers lifestyle content and low-key travel posts over full-blown red carpet campaigns. Unlike many of the headline-grabbing pairings of the year, there hasn't been a dramatic Met Gala debut or viral PDA moment. Instead, coverage notes that Efron and Campanella have been spotted together on casual Sydney outings, beach days, and quiet dinners, blending into local life more than courting paparazzi. Campanella, a former Miss USA 2011 who has transitioned into food, travel, and fashion content, brings her own following and aesthetic to the pairing, which means their public overlap mostly shows up as soft lifestyle moments rather than scripted couple content. Think similar backgrounds in travel photos and overlapping timelines in Australia rather than joint thirst traps. For Efron, whose career has shifted from teen musicals to serious biopics like The Iron Claw, this relationship fits the narrative of an actor who has recalibrated his life around health, privacy, and long-term projects, with a partner comfortable standing slightly to the side of the spotlight rather than chasing it. As of December 2025, reputable entertainment outlets describe them as dating and going strong, but there are no verified reports of an engagement, wedding, or breakup. No leaked proposal photos, no baby rumors, and no sources say it's over pieces from major trades. That makes them ideal for a fact-only script. An A-list actor whose newest girlfriend is a self-made creator rather than a co-star, who has joined him in his Australian reset and helped reshape his image from Hollywood party boy to quietly loved-up expat. In a lineup full of age-gap shockers and PR-heavy launches, Zac and Alyssa give you a softer, still current story about an actor choosing a calmer, more offline love life without disappearing from the cultural conversation.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon